Hello beautiful people and welcome. Today I'm going to show you the best way to remove your makeup. I'm going to share with you some pro tips and tricks on how you can get the deepest cleanse every single time. Not only you're going to be removing that makeup, but you're going to be removing dirt and excess oils. You'll be taking care of your skin, and if you take care of your skin will take care of you. In my years of experience as a medical esthetician, the one thing that I noticed stood in the way of so many people's skincare goals was not knowing how to properly cleanse their face. If you want to learn the best way to cleanse your face, keep on watching. Don't focus so much on the products that I'm using in this video. I know that you guys like recommendations and I'm going to give them to you, but really focus in on the process and the steps to getting a really clean face. Step number one, typically if you're taking off your makeup, it's going to be at night. You're going to have like a nighttime routine or something. You're going to want to make sure you brush your teeth before you do your skincare. So that's a pro tip number one. The first step of taking off your makeup, you're going to want to use a cleansing balm. For years, I used makeup wipes. Bless my heart, makeup wipes are an absolute no-go, especially if that's your main use of removing your makeup. No girl, you're gonna be drying out your skin. Try to get yourself away from the makeup wipes and instead ditch it with the cleansing balm. Right now, I'm gonna use this cleansing balm. This is the Clean Tint Cleansing Balm from Junico. I don't know if you can tell, I've been using it. It wasn't my absolute favorite because I've compared it to a lot of different cleansing balms. It has a really good light formula. I like my cleansing balms to be a little bit more thicker, creamier, because it makes it easier to take off your makeup. This is how much that I use, so you can get an idea. This is a good amount. This one reminds me a lot of just using coconut oil, and I used to use that for a while. If you're tight on a budget and you just want to use coconut oil, that is just fine. Go ahead, girl, do it. My personal all-time favorite cleansing balm, Elemis. Elemis has a wonderful cleansing balm that I have highly recommended to you guys over and over again. I need to go get some more because I love it so much. It is such an effortless way to remove your makeup. The main difference with the cleansing balm versus a makeup remover is that you're using oils instead of harsh chemicals. And the whole idea is that the makeup is going to kind of melt away. And that's exactly what we're doing here, as you can tell. The makeup's kind of just melting away. I try to just like really work it into the lash, get that mascara out, because that's the hardest part, is the mascara. Another tip is take your time with this. Make sure to get the edges of the face, the ears, and even underneath the neck as well, because I do apply makeup there. And sometimes just based on the day, the makeup will transfer and you'll get some on your neck and stuff. So I want to make sure you take care of that. I'm gonna go rinse this off with cold water. I only ever rinse my skin with cold water. Cold water is gonna help shrink the pores. It also helps you to get a deeper cleanse because of that. And I never used to use cold water. I always used to use warm water on my skin. And then when I started and switched over to using cold water, I noticed a huge difference with how tight my skin was, how clean it became. It was wonderful. When you are rinsing off that cleansing balm, you will notice it's a little bit more difficult than your makeup remover or your regular cleanser to remove it from your skin because it's oil-based. Take your time. If it's still showing a white cast or it still feels oily on your skin, keep rinsing, rinsing and rinsing and rinsing until you don't see that anymore. It took me 6 rinses to actually cleanse the entire face, but now super clean. And you know the best part about it? My skin feels soft. It doesn't feel dried out. It doesn't feel like it's screaming for moisturizer and products. It feels amazing. But that was just the first step. Your next step is going to be a second cleanse. You don't want that bacteria hiding, getting impacted into the skin and then causing you to break out. You want to make sure it's deeply cleansed. Do I use a cleansing balm when I don't have makeup on? Absolutely not. It's not necessary. Cleansing balm is just for makeup removal. Now for the second cleanse, I'm going to use the Rhode Pineapple Refresh Wash. This is a pH daily cleanser. Depending upon your specific skin type, that's where you're going to want to tailor your next cleanser. My favorite go-to for pretty much all skin types is going to be a gel cleanser, a good gel cleanser. I will leave some recommendations for you guys in the description below. This isn't my favorite all-time gel cleanser. It's nice. The formula smells really nice. I like Rhode products, but it's not my favorite. My favorite has to be the Tula cleanser. Sorry, baby's kicking me. Wow. That was strong. If you have more dry skin, I would recommend this next step to be a cream cleanser. I personally like to apply my cleanser on dry skin. There's science to this. Some people say yes, some people say no. I feel like it works best for me because I feel like it really helps the product get into the skin, and then when you put the water on it, it's further activated. And this was kind of something that I picked up when I was doing skincare as an esthetician. When I was doing a lot of the facial cleansing, I can't get somebody's face soaking wet on my table, so I'd have to apply it dry and then like rub it into the skin and then take wet sponges and wet it and then activate it some more. It was a whole process. So I kind of started doing that to my own skin and I started seeing a big difference. Let me go ahead and take that water, and then it suds up so nicely too when you do this. It's like further activated and it's so amazing. Please, if you can, because I know some of you might already have cleansers that you're on that has exfoliants in it, but try to avoid that because you don't want to over exfoliate the skin. One problem that I also noticed with so many clients of mine was over exfoliation. That can cause a lot of skin issues like dryness, which can result in more blemishes. Try to save your exfoliant for an actual day that you exfoliate your skin and not include it in a daily cleanser. Now that we got that on, we're going to go ahead and rinse this off as the final rinse. It's probably going to take me a couple more rinses to do, and make sure I really clean underneath the neck, all the other areas, and then we'll go into the next step. Going back and forth with my pregnant belly is probably not the smartest thing that I'm doing right now. My sink is not far away, it's right there, but still, wow, that's a little workout for me. I don't pat to dry. As you can see, I've kind of wiped some, and that's okay. The only areas that I really try not to wipe is under the eyes because that's where the skin is the thinnest. If you really want to test yourself and make sure that you are completely clean after your second cleanse, use a white towel. Double cleanse is your best friend. We're going to apply a facial toner. This is so important to help reset the skin, get it back to its normal pH levels. I used to think a toner was not needed, but then when I started using it, I started seeing a difference. It also helps you not to use as much product. This one is from Beekman 1802. This is the hyaluronic acid and squalane facial toner mist. I love the spray ones because it makes it easy. You guys know how much I love the Caudalie face mist. That is my dream. I've been using this one and it's not bad. Obviously, we're away from the cleansing aspect of this video and now we're focusing more on skincare. This is just kind of the routine and how to help replenish your skin after you've cleansed it. It's really important that you do so as well because if you're going to bed with not properly hydrated skin, you will have skin problems. Again, that first step with the toner, the next step you're gonna wanna do is have a serum. Today, I'm gonna use the serum from V-Sheet, Fortifying and Plumping Daily Booster. I love how hydrating this feels on my skin. My whole thing when it comes to especially going to bed at night after I've cleansed my face is looking like a glazed donut before I hit the pillow because that is ensuring proper hydration and that is going to give you the best results when you wake up because when you're sleeping, your skin is rejuvenating. You want to be able to have all the moisture, it just can suck it all up, and then when you wake up in the morning, you can sing like Beyonce and be like, I woke up like this. That's the goal. I have a daytime serum and a nighttime serum, and I like my nighttime serums to be a little bit more thick. Like I said, glazed donut. The next step in this whole skincare situation is you're gonna wanna apply some kind of eye cream. This is gonna make sure to hydrate the thinnest layer of your skin and give you an extra treatment, especially if you are looking to depuff your under eyes, if you're looking to help with your dark circles or wrinkles. This is gonna be preventative for that. I'm using the Caudalie Resveratrol Lift Eye Cream. This is one of my favorites. You guys have seen me use it a lot. Shocked I don't have any more Caudalie in this lineup because they're my favorite, but I've been trying to like try other products out and from different price points, and we have to. But if it was up to me, I'd probably use all Caudalie products because I love them so much and I just love the results that they give. I love the design of this nozzle because it makes it very easy, especially in the morning. Feel that like coolness underneath the eye. It's wonderful. You do not need a lot of this. Just do 2 little dots right underneath my eyes, and then I'm going to take the other end, this smooth end of the applicator, and go ahead and rub that into the under eye. Very gently, very lightly. I didn't realize how gentle you need to be when you're dealing with your eyes. I've made the mistake of scratching my cornea by removing my makeup too harshly. So I learned that I need to be very, very careful when it comes to the eyes because of how thin that skin is. You really wanna make sure you baby your under eyes. For me, this is my last step. I know some people have facial oils, they have other things that they like to do for their skincare. And if that's your prerogative, then you're gonna wanna do that before you do your moisturizer. But I personally, this is it. Lately, I've had to use a moisturizer with oatmeal in it because I had some skin issues. I was trying out a new product that kind of made my skin break out, so I needed to take a little bit of a break, which has happened sometimes because I have very sensitive skin. So I've been using the Kiehl's Ultra Facial Advanced Repair Barrier Cream, and this one is suitable for dry skin prone to distress and discomfort. This really helped my skin so much in the last couple of days when I was going through the little hive situation I had from my allergic reaction. So I've been using it since then to kind of really make sure my skin is healed before I start using my other moisturizers that I usually use. This one especially at night because it's much more of a thicker based moisturizer, and I feel a lot better using a thicker moisturizer at night because I'm not going anywhere. I'm not moving around. I'm going to sleep. So I can just like let it marinate, let it sit. So that's also a little tip. If you have more of a thicker based moisturizer that maybe you don't like to wear during the day, use it at night. Other than applying a lip balm or a lip mask at night, that is all that I do for my skincare. That is how I properly remove and cleanse my face from makeup, and how I take care of my skin after that, because that is so important. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. I hope you're able to take away some tips that you maybe didn't think about before, or maybe just good tips that you've known all along and that you're really excited to see me share. The perfect formula is your cleansing balm, your gel cleanser, your facial toner, your serum, eye cream, and lastly your moisturizer. So your 6-step process in making sure your skin is clean and well taken care of. That's all I have for you guys today. Thank you again so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.